Welcome back to Fox and Friends. Sarah Palin's religion now getting some closer scrutiny. Could her faith and church affiliation be a problem for her in the coming weeks? Let's ask Fox religion contributor Father Jonathan Morris. Good morning, Father.
Good morning. Good morning.
Not the first time in this election cycle that we've talked about a candidate's religious past, but what does Sarah Palin tell us about her?
Well, you know, I think it's going to be a net plus for her without a doubt. There's a lot of talk now. Was she involved in a very fundamentalist church? She comes from, I would say, a religious experience that a lot of Americans come from. And I think the more we get into criticizing her and analyzing it, we're going to find out that in her case, it is a positive. She's Christian.
But is it fair, though, should faith be a part of this campaign? Even going back to John F. Kennedy having to downplay his Catholicism,
right.
Now there's a reversal of that, expecting candidates to play up their faith.
Yeah, I think we do exaggerate it sometimes. But I don't think Americans in general are going to get into the details of theology in picking their president. But what we do want to know is that this person is a man or a woman of character. And without a doubt, when somebody is giving importance to faith and spirituality in their lives, usually there is some impact in terms of their values and character. That's what we're seeing. Well, it's a positive for her.
The New York Times had a front page story yesterday about Sarah Palin's church affiliations. It's interesting that it just took them 1 week to do so when, of course, it took them much longer to examine Barack Obama's church affiliations, well over a year. But what it said is they quoted a source in this article that called her church extreme because it practiced speaking in tongues, miraculous healings, a literal interpretation of the Bible. Are these important things?
Now, is that her former church or her current?
This is her former church. They went back to her former church. She switched in 2002.
None of that is a problem. None of that's a problem. That is, I would say, those are core elements of Christianity that you can find references in the Bible, speaking in tongues, miracles, all these things. It might sound fundamentalist, especially for the editors of the New York Times. A miracle? You know, what's that? My gosh. But the fact is, this is experience of everyday Americans. So none of the negatives are going to stick. What has stuck with Obama is that he has a middle name that doesn't feel like ours. Right? Oh, that's a religious element. Who's saying what's going on? That sticks. Or the videos from his pastors, that sticks. These things, there might be some extreme things going on in some of the churches. Well, the fact is, none of that's going to stick. People are going to look to her. This is a woman that's like me.
Okay.
She's a woman of faith like me.
Father Jonathan, we appreciate your time and insights.